you want. Tell me what 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 you want. 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 Tell me what you want. Tell me what you want. Tell me
ฝาก
what you
เพื่อนๆ
want.
เข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามด้วยมาดูลิเวอร์พูลเพื่อนๆมาช้าดีกว่าไม่มาใครเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามด้วยตอนนี้เสมอ 0-0 นะก็แมนซิตี้ได้จุดโทษนะครับจากเออร์ลิงเบราท์ฮาแลนด์นะก็ยิงไม่เข้าเสียใจ
Shots on target, they'll be happy with the opening 25 minutes.
Yeah, they probably will be. So you see Bernardo Silva coming forward. It started really bright, didn't it, the opening 15 minutes or so. It certainly died down a little bit, got a little bit quiet.
Indeed, and like I mentioned, we are almost 25 minutes into this match, so to see us through the next 20 minutes at least of football and to half-time will be Kieran.
Yeah, thank you very much. As you now see, Gravenberch with the interception ball down the right-hand side is a poor one, and it'll go out of play for a throw-in. Bernardo Silva apologises to his fellow Portugueseman, Matheus Nunes, as Robertson goes out to take the frame. Robertson's been playing very well since coming in for Milos Kerkez, who you felt just needed a moment to be taken out of the limelight, really. He was outstanding for Bournemouth last couple of seasons, but this season has not got going at Liverpool, so the ever-experienced Scotsman has been brought back into the side as of late. Header goes in behind only as far as Gravenberch. His forward ball to Wirtz isn't a great one, so Vardiol is forced to use Donnarumma under pressure from Wirtz in towards Diaz. Takes a poor first touch that allows the pressure, claiming for handball, nothing given. Bernardo Silva looks for a dinked ball in towards Haaland. He brings it down nicely, and that's nice play from City. Foden finds Jeremy Doku on the counter-attack with an opportunity. Doku up 1v1 against Bradley. Good defending from Bradley initially, but Doku does so well to get the ball back. And then he opens to go for goal. He saved and tipped just behind the far corner. Jeremy Doku has been such a bright spot. Corner for City.
Yeah, he's been fantastic. Jeremy Doku, by far their best
ง่วง
player
นอนจุงเบย
in City Blue. Just trying to beat Conor Bradley time and time again. It's a good effort this time. Just hits the side net. I think he does take a touch off Mavelas.
ง่วงจังเลย
Yeah, it's gone out for a corner. Good save from Giorgio Mamadashvili. The corner ready to be whipped in by Cherky towards the back post. Kanate with not a great header away. Doku brings it down in the area. Good touch from the Belgian. Lays it off for Phil Foden. Takes a touch. He tries to hook it back. Good challenge from Mo Salah, who tries to bring it away. It's good defending though from Nico Gonzalez. Now it's going to be Doku driving at Gravenberch. Step overs coming away from him. Good
อังกฤษ
interception
นี่
by
หนาวมากนะ
Wirtz.
เพื่
Now
อน
Liverpool can counter, being recognised as one of the better
อังกฤษอะ
counter-attacking sides. What a touch that is!
4 โมงเย็นอะไรนั่นก็ไม่มีหนาวอะเอ้ยไม่มีแล้ว วันนี้นี่เตะกันบานเลยเนี่ย
Well, that's better from Florian Wirtz.
Oh.
That's the type of stuff we were seeing
แต่
from
เชลซีเตะไปแล้วด้วย
Leverkusen. Just close proximity, just touching it through
เนี่
the
ย
legs of an opponent.
อากาศ
getting
12 อง
through
ศาครับที่อังกฤษ
tight spaces, and
อย่าง
Florian
โหด
Wirtz as well to win the free
โหด
kick.
จัดรัสเซียไปโดกูไป
Just
เอ้า
pulls him back. Yeah, Nico Gonzalez.
เอ้ายิงแล้วเข้าไหมไอ้เหี้ยเอ้ยติดเซฟ
in that situation. Confirmation of a yellow
Ooh,
card from
wee.
Gonzalez, which I mean I don't know if in
Ooh, wee,
between
ดูดิ
it
ครับ
was
ด
a
อก
yellow
กู
card challenge, but you can't half a yellow card. I don't know
ก็
if
ดูดิครับ
Gonzalez
ดอกกู
alone
อ่ะ
to deserve a
ดอก
yellow.
กูอ่ะ
Yes, you see Salah piling on the
ดอก
pressure
กูโหดจัด
towards
เลยอะ
Nico O'Reilly. It's good work from the Egyptian, pinning him in, and he's still doing so. O'Reilly does brilliant to get away.
I think
Yeah,
it's
it's nice play from City. It's fantastic play from City. They're in a real difficult position there as Doku comes away from his man, finds Gonzalez, who's into space. Liverpool applying such a high press, but Man City are playing some outstanding football, and here they come on the right side. It could be some goal if they'd score at the end of this move. Mateus Nunes up against Van Dijk, who's been dragged out of position out left. He's currently playing left back at the moment. Robertson left centre half. Now it's going to be Nunes in towards Cherky. He turns away from his man. And then it's back with Ruben Dias again, but some lovely football in the build up to this one from Manchester City to get out of a tight space. Mateus Nunes, Van Dijk still stood at left back, by the way, with Robertson at centre half.
เล่นดีนะเพื่อนไอ้นิโก้กอนซาเลสอะไรเนี่ยเล่นดีจัด
Ruben Dias, it's out on the
right
hand side again. Van Dijk's back in his natural position. Ball whipped in towards Haaland. He gets his header, finds the back of the net. Big header from him. He apologises for the penalty, and then he celebrates. He kicks the corner flag, and City have a deserved lead.
Yeah, it's 1-0. Manchester City, they have been the better side. Haaland, he doesn't need many chances, does he? He's already missed a penalty, which is unlike him. It's not like him to miss anything, and with a header from, what was it, 7 or 8 yards out, he was never really going to miss that one either.
No, he certainly wasn't. Big goal for Erling Haaland to open the scoring for Manchester City. Had to make up, didn't he, for that penalty miss? We felt he certainly has done for the time being. Ruben Dias, and it all comes from Liverpool never got possession back from that lovely place, and they did score come the end of it. It is terrible from Ibrahima Konate. Such bad defending. Just a simple route and ball into the penalty area, and the header loops into the far corner. And I mean, yeah, it's a deserved lead.
It is indeed. Manchester City have been the better side. And I mentioned that Liverpool might be fairly happy with how the City chances had dissolved, but there's only so many chances you can concede before you end up conceding an actual goal, and they've just not been good enough from a defensive point of view. And Manchester City haven't actually had the ball in the attacking third that often or in and around the box, but every time they have, something seems to have come from it, and that's the issue for Liverpool at the minute.
Yeah, Liverpool have looked so poor in this opening 30 minutes.
เข้าแล้วเหรอ
Like they're struggling to keep hold of the ball.
อ้าวฮาแลนด์ยิงเข้าไปแล้ว
They've had any chances so far. We're not seeing anything of the likes of
เป็นไงล่ะฮาแลนด์แก้ตัวได้แล้ว
And as we see, we're about to go along up towards Erling Haaland. Pep Guardiola watched the rain, hammering it down.
ลิเวอร์พูลนำซะแล้ว
There's a risk taken in their own penalty area there. The clearance is well intercepted.
นี่ครับฮาแลนด์ก็คือฮาแลนด์เนาะยิงได้อีกแล้ว
Forward, he's got Haaland ahead of him. Looks to use him as his
เป็นจังหวะมาที่วุฒิตุนเดสเปิดเข้าไปนะครับโอ้โหมง
He goes down. Doku across the face. Goal looking for Foden. Good opportunity. Couldn't pick him out. Liverpool look absolutely rattled at the moment, but they've thrown it out quickly. And here they come on the counter. It's Salah on the attack. He's got options to the left. He uses Florian Wirtz. He continues his own run. Wirtz cuts inside. He's still going Wirtz. He's going to hit it from distance. It's well blocked away by Gonzalez. Konate keeps all the possession though, and this game's getting frantic now.
It is indeed. It's end-to-end stuff, which is, I guess, good news in one way for Liverpool, but bad news in another, in that they're still conceding.
จบเจ้าไม่แล้วหรือ
Or still getting the ball in good areas this time. Haaland and Doku once more, and it's poorly given away then by Ryan Cherky.
เรียบร้อยครับเพื่อนนำซะแล้ว
With the Frenchman, but it's good defending from Ruben Dias. Cherky then apologises towards Guardiola, which is slightly comical, but Manchester City do well to win the ball back. As we now see Foden clips it towards the right-hand side. He's there with Nunes, brings it down, step overs. He goes back with Bernardo, who's got options to the left. Not a lot of movement ahead of him. Manchester City just going to look after the ball for as much as possible, you feel now in this game.
เอาไปแล้วฮาแลนด์เอาฮาแลนด์เอาดอกกูไปแล้วตกเข้าไปโอ้โหไม่ได้
For both sides, Nunes in possession. Manchester City only 4 points off of Arsenal. Now Gonzalez into Cherky, great challenge from Van Dijk, and a free kick's gone against the Dutchman. I'm not too sure I necessarily agree with that one, but Ryan Cherky's down and Van Dijk's not too happy.
เวทยิง
No, he's not at all. Just had to take a look at how much contact there was. I mean, I don't know what Van Dijk's complaining about. He's not only caught him, but he's swept away both of his feet. Don't get me wrong. Frenchman definitely goes down and makes the most of it, but Virgil van Dijk has fouled him, so nothing for the Dutchman to complain about.
มาอีก
As we now see,
มาอีก
he definitely got the ball, but yeah, maybe just swipe through the back of Cherky initially to do so.
มาเพื่อนเข้ามาแล้วฝากอะไรก็แชร์ฝากกดติดตามให้ด้วย
Bernardo Silva goes in towards Nico Gonzalez. Vardiol finds the Spaniard again, and it's going to be Jeremy Doku to bring them forwards on the left-hand side. What a great half he's had, and he picks a lovely ball to O'Reilly as well. O'Reilly turns away from Bradley. Finds him again. Doku is going to have a drive at Conor Bradley. Once again, he stands him up. Back with Nico Gonzalez. Liverpool pinned in as if it's Liverpool 1-0 up at the moment. That just shows how strong Manchester City are looking at the moment. Bernardo Silva cuts away. Looking to the centre. No, he isn't. He goes all the way back to
ใช่ครับสู้
fellow
ๆครับ
Portuguese man Ruben
จะเชียร์ลิเวอ
Diaz.
ร์พูลหรือจะเชียร์อะไร
Cherky
ลิ
back
เวอ
to
ร์พูล
Diaz.
นะ
Once again, Liverpool
เชียร์ซิ
have
ตี้
to
แล้วกัน
get
นะ
a
เพื่
hold
อน
in
ๆนะ
this game. They've got to get Salah
ผม
involved
ว่า
in
เชียร์
an
ซิตี้
attacking centre, but they just can't at the moment, and that's something that Arne Slot's got to figure out, and he just isn't
เชีย
doing
ร์ซิตี้แล้วกัน
at the
เรา
moment
งานนี้
this season on how to get their best player firing again. Manchester City playing out have made a mistake. The ball's gone out of play for a throw-in, so not a great moment for the citizens. As you now just see going towards McAllister. Now it's with McAllister once again. Gravenberch back with Kanate. Seeing quite a bit of the ball at the moment. Turns away with it. No pressure on him from City for the time being. Liverpool just need a little bit more movement through the middle, and they're just not getting it at the moment. It's all so static. Weird to see from Arne Slot's side.
Yeah, it's
Doku,
not
Doku.
like normal Liverpool. I mean, they are up against a side that are, of course, one of the best in the league and pretty competent at defending. And like I said,
เอาจ
they're
ริง
not pressing Manchester
ๆ
City,
ซิ
which
ตี้
might
นี่
be
ฟอร์ม
what's
เหมือน
confusing
ไปทำอะไรบ้างวะ
them.
ซิตี้มันเก่งเหลือ
Many
เกิน
easy passes to
ใน
play
ช่วงต้นฤ
forward.
ดูกาล
But there doesn't seem to be a lot of movement from the front
ยั
four.
งน่ากลัวตรงนี้แหละซิตี้
Move
อ่ะ
a lot. He just wants the ball played to his feet or over the top for him to run onto all the time, and he'll just conserve energy. But I
เออ
don't
มัน
think
เก่ง
Virgil
จริงนะ
was
ซิตี้
like
เนี่ย
dropping in enough
เอ็ม
to
ก็ไม่
help
ทำอะไรมา
McAllister
วะ
and Gravenberch out. But that being said, again, McAllister and Gravenberch haven't had a lot of the ball. We saw a stat earlier on our pictures that Kanate had the most shots, and well, you just wonder if that'll carry on throughout the end of the game, because it seems like he's had more of the ball than anyone for the Reds.
Yeah, Szoboszlai usually such a
Influential
heavily involved player. Yeah, very influential, but he's been so quiet in the opening 35 minutes. He's playing very advanced, it feels, and that's probably the reason why you can't really get close to Gravenberch or McAllister when they have rare moments of the ball. McAllister's about to get booked. He brings his man down, and I don't think he can have many complaints.
No, he doesn't complain at all, does he? Alexis McAllister, he knows what he's done. Just tripped Doku up. I don't think he could be bothered trying to get in a foot race with the Belgium, who's got to be the quickest player on the pitch. But yeah, silly one. I mean, he's playing in a much more defensive than he'd like to be as well, McAllister. So you might do well to not pick up another yellow card in this match.
Yeah, Cherky now goes to the left-hand side for O'Reilly. Foden dinks it in behind for Cherky.
สวย
This is nice football. It's
ไม่ถึ
Bernardo
ง
Silva driving
เอาติดกรรม
forwards.
การโอ้โห
Doku finds it centrally this time, but looks towards the right. It's a rare
กรรม
mistake
การ
from him, and now Liverpool can counter. But once again, there's just no real urgency from Liverpool. Szoboszlai could have brought that forward. He does well though to find McAllister. There's acres of space on the right, but he's not getting his head up and looking. And he's been caught in possession. He's lucky that he went for the free kick there. Even Gravenberch could have just taken that quick, instantly get them on the attack. But Liverpool just looking lethargic for the time being. Here's Salah up against O'Reilly. We've not seen this battle too much in this game. The Egyptian stands on it, finds
ลิเวอร์พูลยิงไม่เข้ากรอบเลยนะเพื่อน
Salah.
ทำเป็นเล่นนะ
Conor Bradley in towards McAllister. He's going to look for a switch ball to the left-hand side. A hanging ball that's well met by Robertson. Took a poor couple touches, and it's well defended by Nunes. Plays it down the right, goes out of play for a throw. Robertson's going to try and take it quickly, and he does. He finds Dominic Szoboszlai, who gives it back to the Scotsman. Szoboszlai looks for a switch ball out to Mo Salah. Is it overhit towards him? No, it isn't. Salah's done well to keep it alive. He's going to drive into the penalty area up against O'Reilly. Plays it off the fullback and out for a corner.
Yeah, indeed. Good defending from O'Reilly. Smart. I think realistically, Salah probably wants him to commit and then get round him and get into the box, doesn't he? He doesn't really want to be crossing it from outside the box. He'd be more interested in getting into the box himself and getting further in. But he won't be too disappointed with the corner. Great opportunity with the defenders they've got.
Exactly that, as we now see this ready to be taken. They've certainly got big players to aim for in Van Dijk and Katike and Kanate. Salah over the corner. I can't think of many times I've seen.
Normally Robertson from
Yeah, I
that
can't
side.
think of too many times we've seen Salah take
ไว้
corners.
สู้
Let's see if
ๆลิเวอร์พูล
maybe start taking them a bit more regularly. Salah over this one, whips it in. It's decent delivery. And Van Dijk with the header. And well, we might be seeing Salah take them a little bit more because Van Dijk with a bullet header. He wheels away, celebrating. He looks towards the Man City crowd, and it's a big leveler. It's out of absolutely nothing, but it's 1-1.
Yeah, they've not deserved a goal, Liverpool, but that individual brilliance from Van Dijk does indeed deserve a goal. Not sure if the referee or the linesman's had something to say, and they're looking at it. It's actually not been given.
Oh wow!
Surely not. They didn't look like there was a foul in the box, but it's not going to be given.
Yeah, I'm not sure what
on earth
is happening here. Robertson's been penalised for impeding with the goalkeeper.
No.
Is he actually blocking the view of him that he
Well.
ducks? That's the problem. He ducks through it, but Donnarumma, he's not stood in front of Donnarumma when Van Dijk heads it. He's not impeding the view.
He's not done anything to prevent the goalkeeper from saving it for me either. Donnarumma can see Van Dijk clearly. I mean, that's best view.
Yeah,
Robertson has to duck out the way of the ball, but it doesn't mean any City defender or goalkeeper is going to get to it. It doesn't prevent Donnarumma from getting to the ball. I really hope this is looked at. It's not going to be. It's another really poor decision. No, they are looking at it.
Decision, no goal.
Oh,
I can't believe what we're watching.
เรียบร้อยเพื่อนเอาแล้วฟันได้
He's not blocking the view of Donnarumma at all. He's not blocking the view. I
นี่
don't
ไง
get it. I
นี่
don't
ไง
understand how that goal can
นี่ไง
be allowed. I'm so shocked as to what I'm seeing at the moment. 39 minutes on the clock. It's Manchester City 1, Liverpool
นี่ไง
0.
1-1 ไปแล้ว
Could have been a stroke of genius from the set piece. Has been ruled out.
Yeah, indeed. I can look, obviously Robertson has to duck to get out the way of the ball, but he's not in the way of the goalkeeper, and that's what that offside rule is for. It's a silly one, really. I think they're unlucky. I don't think he's impeding Donnarumma from getting to the ball one bit.
No, he isn't. I'm so shocked as to what we've just seen. But Doku is into the penalty area, looks for a cutback towards Phil Foden, goes out of play and out for a throw-in. Well, there's plenty of talking points from this first half. That is for sure. I don't think there should have been the penalty, but it got missed anyway. I don't think that should be ruled out, but it's being ruled out. I mean, so much drama in this game.
ไม่น่าได้หรอผมว่า
Absolutely. We've had a missed penalty, ball on the back of the net twice.
ไม่ได้
It's only 1-0. I mean, if you'd have told me that the ball had hit the back of the net twice and someone would have a penalty on a separate occasion, you'd think it'd be more than 1-0 after 40 minutes.
Certainly would, as we now see Cherky in possession on the right-hand side. He looks in towards the middle, but it's well blocked away, and Wirtz does well to win it back. He's driving forwards, and Florian Wirtz has been taken down. Bernardo Silva is going to be yellow carded, and Florian Wirtz is starting to get involved in this one as well. Still remains 1-0 to Man City.
เรียบร้อยไม่ได้
No, again, a bit like McAllister's, just silly, daft. Very daft indeed.
See, free kick ready to be taken. The second yellow card of the season for Bernardo Silva. As we now just see Annie Slot watching on. Of course, Pep Lijnders, part of the backroom staff at Man City, was part of it with Jurgen Klopp at Liverpool for so many years. So this will be probably a strange feeling for him. As CC ball's lying behind for Salah. Is he onside? It's a close one, but the linesman flag stays down for now. Salah in towards the penalty area. He cuts inside, looks for the layoff for Wirtz, turns away from his man, goes for goal. It's well blocked away. The flag has stayed down as well. McAllister looks to dink it in, well headed away, and then Foden
ตำรวจทางเรียบ
lines, but the linesman flag stayed down
งาน
the whole
เพื่อน
way. So he
ยัง
claims
เสมอกันอยู่ที่
that Salah was onside. It was definitely a close one. Mamardashvili.
What on earth?
Wow, I don't know what he's doing there as he kicks it straight out for a throw, but a good chance for Liverpool.
Yeah, another nice opportunity to get forward through their best attacking outlet with Mohamed Salah as well. Speaking of best attacking outlets, Doku's coming forward once more.
Yeah, Doku on the left. I feel like he just skilled himself, but somehow he still has the ball. I mean,
Sometimes he forgets it, doesn't he?
Yeah, but he still has it. It's miraculous what he can actually do at times in this game, and a lovely pass from him as well into Foden, and a nice ball into Gonzalez. He's having fun out there, and Gonzalez is going to hit it from distance, comes off the back of Kanate, and out for a corner kick.
Yeah, Docker's been fantastic, wonderful skill on more than 2 or 3 occasions now. He's really an issue for Conor Bradley as well. I don't really blame Bradley because he's not only got good skill with the ball at his feet, but he's got that burst of acceleration that once the ball's behind you, you've got no chance really. I think I'd actually might praise Conor Bradley for not picking up a yellow card or conceding a penalty himself.
Yes, we now just see it's ready to be taken, this corner. Ready to be whipped in.
เรียบร้อย
An in-swinging delivery. Haaland stood on the goalkeeper for the time being. Ryan Cherky, very two-footed player, whips in towards the front post. Haaland with a flick on it. It's not a great one. Robertson watches it out, and it goes for a goal kick. Slight waste there.
Yeah, a little bit. I think it might have been planned, that smart corner from Cherky, but it was a little bit too obvious with Haaland running in. Just take a look at his goal again. It's a good ball from Matheus Nunes, but yeah, Konate's he's not having a great season. He's still, I think he's still yet to prove himself for Liverpool full stop, and he's been there 2 or 3 years, which probably, for me, makes it quite clear that he's not quite good enough for this level. Although he seemed to be pretty competent in the Champions League for Leipzig, I just don't think the Premier League is for him.
Yes, you now see the diagonal ball. Salah's not even looking at the ball. It worked in the end, though, as he gets there ahead of O'Reilly, tries to keep it alive, stabs it into Bradley. That goes out of play in the end. It's just he's probably more involved, Salah, than we've seen him for a while. Just in general play, but he can't get the goal scoring opportunity. Of course, he would have got the assist for the goal that should have stood, in my opinion. I don't think he's blocking the view of the goalkeeper at all.
No,
I mean,
ridiculous.
we'll have to see the view of other people as well, but my opinion is not going to change based on other people's opinions. That is for sure. As you see Cherky in his own penalty area, Nunes plays it in behind. Van Dijk gets there, plays it off the back of Robertson, gets slightly fortunate to keep possession. Konate goes to the right for Bradley. As you now see Bradley over towards the centre for Konate once again. He's going to look for a diagonal to the left-hand side. He's so overhit. Liverpool have been very wasteful in moments like that in possession.
They have. They've not been fantastic in Manchester City's half. Manchester City haven't done anything spectacular from a defensive point of view, really. Liverpool have just made it a little easy for them to regain possession. The citizens have not been fantastic going forward, have they? Liverpool, I think it says it all that their best opportunity to score did come from a corner, and I don't recall them actually having a shot on target outside of that, which obviously wouldn't count as one anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That, as you see Nunes into Gonzalez, nice turn away from him. He's having a decent game. He's the Spaniard in midfield. 7 minutes of added time. And I mean,
VAR checks,
there was VAR, a couple of VAR checks. The goal, of course, as well. Nico O'Reilly getting injured, so maybe makes a little bit of sense. Doku goes into Gonzalez. Now it's going to be with Vardiol. He turns away with it, finds O'Reilly, who occupies some nice space, finds Doku, and I think every time Doku gets the ball, maybe all the City fans stand up because something can happen with him. O'Reilly plays it off. Bradley goes out for a throw-in. He's very ready to be taken now by Nico O'Reilly into Doku. O'Reilly once again turns away from his man, finds Gonzalez. It's going to be with Bernardo Silva driving forwards. Cherky in towards Matheus Nunes once more. Plays it back for the Frenchman. It's with Ruben Diaz. Down the line for Foden. Plays it into Nunes again. It's nice build-up play as it finds Cherky into the penalty area. He's still going. McAllister with a nibble at him in the area. He doesn't go down, and it's good defending from Robertson. He probably could have gone down.
Yeah, McAllister didn't win the ball, and he certainly swung his leg at him. I don't know if the only thing I can assume is that McAllister actually didn't really make contact with Cherky either.
Yeah, he certainly was a little bit, but not enough to bring him down. As we now see Bernardo Silva driving forwards now. Up against McAllister, it's into the penalty area for Cherky. He's cutting inside, step over his ball towards the back post, headed away by Van Dijk, and out for a corner kick.
Yeah, indeed, Manchester City really pile on the pressure now. They don't want to end this half at 1-0. I'm sure Liverpool won't either, but they're not going to do anything about the scoreline from a positive point of view when the ball's in their defensive third, which it has been for so much of this match. Manchester City have had 60% of the ball. Five shots out of the 8. Liverpool have only had 3 shots, none on target. Manchester City have had a plethora of corners now, 3 already. 3 shots on target as well. Will they get another from this corner? Haaland flicks it on. Van Dijk away. Doku now maybe.
Yeah, it's Doku into the penalty area. He looks for a cutback cleared away by Van Dijk again. Is he going to go out for another corner? It is. Manchester City pushing and pushing for a second goal in this one. They've taken this one quickly though. Cherky picks it up from Bernardo Silva. He's got Doku there with him. Ignores Doku even though he's onside. Nico Gonzalez takes the touch. Oh, so hits it, deflects off somebody and goes into the back of the net. I'm not sure who it comes off. It may have come off the toe of Van Dijk, but Nico Gonzalez doesn't care. He was going on target. It should be his goal. Manchester City have the second.
Yeah, and it's gone back from bad to worse for Liverpool. Have they deserved to concede 2 goals? Maybe not with the manner of which they went in, certainly that second one, but they've not deserved anything from this game themselves. Not been good enough at all, and that just proves it. You should not be conceding a goal from that distance at all. We'll have to take another look at it. Here, it all comes from the corner being recycled over to Gonzalez, 25 yards out. Van Dijk, what is he doing there? He may as well be a statue. Honestly, he's just stood still. I can't tell if he's tried to move his heel ever so slightly towards it or out of the way. I mean, either way, so lazy from Van Dijk. That is awful.
Well, that's why I always say in these conditions, he's hammering it down with rain. Always take your shots from distance when you get a little bit of space. Take them low, make them bounce, make them skid on the turf. That's exactly what he did. Mamadas really couldn't react because of the pace of the ball moving on the wet surface, and Pep Guardiola turned around. He didn't want to celebrate too much in case there was somebody offside that it came off in the end, but it is 2-0. And wow, Liverpool fans are going to feel aggrieved, and I slightly feel for them in the sense that I still don't think their goal
เรียบร้อย 2-0
with the ball at feet. This is such an uphill battle now though.
Yeah, it is. I mean, they have to score the first goal of the second half. I think that goes without saying, of course, but they need to score it quite quickly as well.
They certainly do, as we now see the ball go long towards Erling Haaland, battling with Kanate. Good defending from Bradley though. It goes out for a throw-in. And the Man City fans will be having the time of their lives at the moment as they go 2-0 up. Only 4 points behind Arsenal. It's a missed chance for Arsenal this weekend. You feel like so early on to allow City to slightly get back in it. As you now see, Verts turns away from Nunes. Great challenge from the Portuguese man. He looks for a dinked ball into Haaland. Up against Van Dijk. 1v1. Van Dijk just throws him to the floor. Advantage given. Haaland won't mind that because that means he's won the battle. There's frustration from Virgil van Dijk in this one. It wasn't long ago. He was smiling at the Man City fans celebrating. But Doku beats Bradley again. Great challenge. Tell you what, Bradley's a great 1v1 defender.
He is.
Doku is giving him a hard time.
And I don't think Bradley's doing much wrong, to be honest, because like I say, he's actually not I don't think he's fouled him once, really, Doku. And that's a brilliant tackle, and I actually think Bradley's doing quite well because we saw Doku do this time and time again against Trent Alexander-Arnold. There's not many right-backs in the league that he doesn't do this against, to be honest.
It's been brilliant though. It's Jeremy Doku, hasn't he? He's been fantastic. He's been the best player on the pitch by quite some distance, in my opinion. As we see this corner ready to be whipped towards the front post. They always look for the Haaland flick on, don't they, at the moment. That one's not worked. Haaland absolutely ballooned it over the bar as it goes for a goal kick. About 1 minute left on this Armani slot. It's very wet on the sidelines, and he's not going to be too happy. You see great options on the bench in Cody Gakpo and Alexander Isak if they could potentially bring them on. You think something has to change at half-time though?
Well, it has to. Liverpool, and I don't actually think, ironically, they're 2-0 down and have conceded a penalty, which was harsh, of course, anyway. But ironically, I don't think defensively is their issue. If they can keep the ball more and have the ball more in City's half, then they're obviously going to concede less chances anyway, and I think that's what needs to change for them.
As you now see Gravenberch, he opens it up towards the right-hand side. Szoboszlai in for McAllister. They find Van Dijk onto the left-hand side for Andy Robertson. It goes with Van Dijk again. Gravenberch opens it up to the right. Szoboszlai, he's starting to get a bit more involved, is Dominic Szoboszlai, but he's had a quiet first half. Verts, can they create one last opportunity before the break? About 5 seconds remaining of the half. They're on the halfway line. Seems very unlikely. Gravenberch looks for a dink in behind towards Robertson. He finds McAllister. That could have been the chance. And now Cherky, can he carry it away? He can. Gravenberch, nice play from him. The referee's going to let play continue for one last chance. Here's McAllister towards the left-hand side. Liverpool, they've turned around. They shouldn't have done. They could have put a ball into the area. They don't. But going
น่าจะจบครึ่งแรกแบบนี้แหละดูทรงว่า 2-0 ลิเวอร์พูลเหนื่อยหน่อยนะ
At the Etihad, it's Man City 2, Liverpool 0.
เหนื่อยจริงเจอแบบนี้
So it's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0.
เรียบร้อยหมดครึ่งแรกครับเพื่อนๆแมนซิตี้นำ 2-0 ได้ประตู 1-0 นะครับจากฮาแลนด์นาทีที่ 19 แล้วก็กอนซาเลสนะครับ 45+3
And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Ruled out for Robertson offside. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it.
2-0 นะเดี๋ยวเราดูครึ่งหลังต่อ
goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0.
ครึ่งแรกลิเวอร์พูลก็สู้ไม่ได้อะต้องรอลุ้นครึ่งหลังอะ
Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. There was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamardashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamardashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk from Salah's corner, but that was ruled out for Robertson offside, which was very harsh. And then City made it 2-0. Gonzalez shot from 25 yards, deflected off Van Dijk, 2-0. It's Manchester City 2, Liverpool 0 at half-time. The first chance came the way of Manchester City as a penalty shout as Doku beat Bradley and then Mamadashvili caught him ever so softly. Haaland had the penalty but missed it. Good save from Mamadashvili. Then there was a goal that came in from Haaland, scored a brilliant header from 8 yards out. Poor from Konate though. Liverpool had the ball on the back of the net 10 minutes later. Great header from Van Dijk. And the two teams are back underway in the second half of this massively anticipated fixture, Manchester City versus Liverpool. Normally always an exciting watch, and it certainly was that, of course, with a penalty missed from early.
มาครับมาครึ่งหลังต่อครับเพื่อนครึ่งแรกซิตี้นำ 2-0 ได้ประตูจากฮาแลนด์แล้วก็กอนซาเลสนะผมชอบกอนซาเลสมากเพื่อนเป็นนักเตะสเปนที่เล่นดีมากตัวเองหนาวไหม
Stops, but Akatike picks back up on it. Salah's shot is blocked by O'Reilly. Lots of City bodies in the box, making it tricky for them. Brilliant tackle from Van Dijk on Haaland. She celebrates despite the fact it was on the edge of the centre circle in City's half. Perhaps did prevent the Norwegian forward from getting forward though.
ไปกันเพื่อนครึ่งหลังเริ่ม
City again with the ball back inside their own half, and that's where Liverpool's issues have been really. But keeping the ball inside Manchester City's half.
Yeah, exactly. That's a big second half coming up for these two sides. Manchester City, the message will be more of the same. Liverpool need to step it up. But across the face of goal, looking for Jeremy Doku and Manchester City. They've never been a side who just stop.
ได้ครับครึ่งหลังลิเวอร์พูลสู้ๆตัวเองอีกเยอะปะเออเสร็จแล้วยังอีกครึ่งหนึ่งอีกประมาณ50 นาทีถึงชั่วโมงพอดีอ่ะใช่ปะตัวเองทำอะไรอยู่ทำอะไรที่ไม่คุยบอก
Unfortunately, this looks like the same Salah we've seen all season. Just that final ball and pass and even shot has not really been good enough for Liverpool, and he needs to be at his best if Liverpool are going to get back into this game. You'd think 2-0 down, but they've started the second half very brightly. They've had much more of the ball in Manchester City's half, and this is exactly where I said they needed to improve.
เดี๋ยวถ้าอีกช่องหนึ่งตัวเองต้องมาไล่เขานะ
Manchester City might let Liverpool have more of the ball. Liverpool got to get Florian Wirtz. He's looked bright in this game. Probably looked the best I've seen him so far. He's now picked a pass for Szoboszlai. He's trying to get through, but Liverpool win a corner. They've started a bit sharp here.
ไปแล้วดอกูไม่โหดอ่ะเมื่อไปแล้วดอกูยิงโอ้โหไม่ถึงโอ้โหดอกูครับไปใหม่ครับสปอร์ตสไลด์กาเฟนแบกพาล่าขึ้นไปกาเฟนแบกส่งให้ฟาเรียนเวสไปที่ขวามีซาร่าครับโมซาร่าไปโมซาร่าจีเข้าไปโมซาร่าจีเข้าไปเปิดเข้าไปไม่ถึงครับบอลจะเข้าทางแม็กอลิสเตอร์ไปที่ซาร่าต่อเวสซาร่าอยากดูแบบแข่งจริงได้ที่ไหนครับต้องไปดูใน ช่องทางธรรมชาติเหรอพี่ถ้าไม่ได้สมัครแอปโปรแม็กอะครับลองพิมพ์เขาว่าใน Google ว่าดูบอลสดอะพี่แล้วก็ชื่อเว็บไลฟ์สกอร์พี่ไลฟ์สกอร์ไทยลองพิมพ์ดูครับพี่ชื่อเว็บคนโตอยู่แล้วก็มาเชียร์ด้วยกันได้ครับเพื่อนๆเดี๋ยว
Ball across to Mateus Nunes. He's looking to advance into the City half. Florian Wirtz just acting as a little bit of a wall and making sure it's not that easy for him to, forcing him to turn round and go back. Try and come forward again through Haaland. Manchester City, their link-up play at the moment in this second half, nowhere near as good as it was in the first.
No, it certainly isn't. As we now see Canate in possession, but as we said, Manchester City just going to let Liverpool have the ball. They've got the 2-0 lead, so it's about protecting it, but Liverpool, they've got to make the most of that ball having it.
Absolutely, but they have been far better in the second half, as I mentioned. If they improved on how well they could keep the ball and move the ball inside City's half in an attacking area, then they do much better. And Salah might be through. Can he go around the goalkeeper? Great defensive work from, I think it was Nico Gonzalez, who almost was taken out by his own goalkeeper. Salah's kept it alive though, won the ball back from Bradley. I think he might have been offside there, but he seems to have gotten away with that. Gravenberch, physical battle with Foden. Surely that's a foul from Foden. Yeah, definitely. I don't think it was heavy or silly push from Foden, but I think Gravenberch was always going to use it. We'll take a look at this again now. Great ball from Gravenberch, wasn't it?
Yeah, it certainly was. Salah getting in behind him. Ruben Diaz has done unbelievable because the goalkeeper wasn't going to get there. Salah was getting there first, so that's a big challenge from Ruben Diaz. Vital from him, but Liverpool, they've still started this half really bright. 5 minutes into it, they've not created a big chance as of yet, but a free kick coming up. Dominic Szoboszlai is the man over it.
It's going to be a good ball in. Like the only man stood over it. Normally we see two players stood over these nowadays. It's a great ball, went to a good area, headed away by Mateus Nunes of all people. Then Doku's going to put the afterburners on, try and get away from Bradley. Bradley did enough, it seemed, at first just to prevent Doku from getting forward. Then makes a silly challenge, which is strange. Ryan Shirky driving into the box, trying to get around Szoboszlai.
แล้วไปแล้วหลุดแล้วโอ้โห
Conor Bradley could see himself get 2 yellow cards here.
Yeah, he's Conor Bradley brought his man down. Definite yellow card for him. He can have no complaints, and he didn't need to foul Nico Gonzalez. Liverpool were on the breakaway. Gonzalez is in a lot of pain at the moment. That run from Jeremy Doku just sums him up today. Nobody could stop him. He's been unbelievable.
Yeah, he's been fantastic so far this game. Shirky maybe just a bit too trigger happy in terms of getting the shot off. I don't know what Conor Bradley's thinking with the second challenge on Gonzalez either, just pulling him down. It's maybe not enough for a yellow card, but I've seen yellow cards given for that sort of thing.
Yeah, I just think that's a ridiculous challenge. I don't think he needs to make the tackle either. Conor Bradley, interesting. There's going to be a change coming up for Manchester City 6 minutes into the half. Savinho, who I'm still not sold on really for his time at Manchester City. I wonder if there's a potential injury problem with one of the players, because this is a bit of a random change to make.
Yeah, the only player I can recall going down injured in the first half that might have brought them off would have been Nico Raleigh, but it's actually Ryan Shirky.
ยิงโอ้โหเชกีเอาเฮ้ยจานฟาวฟาว
I wouldn't suggest him being bad enough to deserve being taken off, but obviously Pep Guardiola wants a bit more from that right hand side up against Robertson, and Shirky, if there's one thing Shirky has done, it's run at Robertson.
Yeah, exactly that. I wonder whether maybe Pep Guardiola is just a little bit frustrated with the work rate of Shirky at times in this second half, because he's so used to being the star of the side at Lyon, where he didn't have to actually do much tracking back. They gave him the freedom to just stay forwards. You're not going to get away with that at Manchester City, but this is a free kick in a very promising position. Foden.
Yeah, Foden, he's going to shoot as well. He does shoot straight into the wall. Not a great free kick, really. Might have been better off. I think if it was any other score, or if Manchester City were I think a few teammates might have told him that he wasn't allowed to shoot.
Savinho
straight into the wall. Not a great effort as Jeremy Doku's driving forwards down the left-hand side now.
Yeah, and Salah actually coming back to help Bradley out, which we don't often see. Perhaps he's been instructed to now that Bradley's on a yellow card, just to make it a little harder for Doku to cut back in on that right foot. Bernardo Silva on the right hand side, going to chip it over, looking for some loads of space in the box, can play it in. Good work from Van Dijk. That he's got that trademark trailing leg, which he did just use to block the cross.
Yeah, big block away from Van Dijk, one that he had to make. As just seeing it now, it goes out for a corner kick, but Manchester City 2-0 up. I think both sides are looking pretty dangerous in this half, but you've got to credit a side being 2-0 up and still going for more goals.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're up against a side that they might be battling out with at the top of the table, which they've done before, so goal difference will be useful. It also puts a good stamp on the league if you batter one of your big rivals. Ball in, lands almost on Kvaratskhelia. I've combined both of his names there. Gvardiol's thigh. I don't think he was expecting McAllister not to head the ball away, who was in front of him. So Doku once more up against Bradley. He's got help though in Gravenberch, but beats them both. Goes between the two of them. Bradley keeping an arm on him. Shot on target at Mamadashvili, and Jeremy Doku is causing all sorts of problems.
It's been unbelievable. This is one of the better winger cameos I've seen in a long time. And it's probably just needing a goal or assist to top it off. He's unfortunate not to be anywhere near having one, but we now see Spotify plays a four balls. That's a reckless shot. He's got to go off.
ดูทรงลิเวอร์พูลน่าจะยับอ่ะวันเนี้ย
It's probably harsh to say it should be a red card. He's not even getting a card here, surely.
ถ้าเป็นอย่างนี้แมนซิตี้จะขึ้นไปอยู่มีขึ้นไปอยู่ที่2นะเพื่อน
That is outrageous. I think that's nearer a red than no card, to be honest.
เนี่ยถ้าเป็นอย่างนี้ซิตี้จะขึ้นไปอยู่ที่2 11นัดมีอยู่22แต้มตามหลังอาร์เซนอลอยู่4แต้ม
It's nearer a red than no card, isn't it? That's for sure. I mean, it should just be a yellow. I'm absolutely baffled that he's not given one there.
Yeah, that's a clear as day yellow card. That's a poor decision again. Liverpool feel aggrieved by a lot of decisions so far, but Arne Slot, he's seen enough. Milos Kerkez and Gakpo are coming on. It's going to be Robertson making way for the first change, you presume. The second change, we'll see Gakpo move on to the left-hand side where Liverpool have been a little bit more quiet. It's going to be Ekitike.
Strange. I mean, we've seen Gakpo play at striker before for Liverpool. I mean, it'd be him or Salah, but then there's no obvious person to go on the right. I think Cody Gakpo's going to play up front, isn't he? I think it was towards the end of last season. It was him and normally Diaz, but him and Diaz would sort of float around and swap. He did play as almost a centre forward for PSV, I believe it was, where he was before Liverpool, didn't he? And then sort of hung off the left. He can play there, but I think that's an odd one. That's just, the only problem with Ekitike, he's not really been in the game and got on the ball, but you know, when it comes to a striker, that's not always your fault. Ball floated in from Szoboszlai. Haaland almost takes Mateus Nunes head off himself. Ball forward then from Kerkez, I believe, has just been chosen. Wasn't a great one. So just to confirm, it was Milos Kerkez and Cody Gakpo who's come onto the pitch for Andy Robertson and Hugo Ekitike. Not obvious as of yet where Gakpo's playing. It does look like he is playing up front. Well, that might be off the left with Salah playing up front and Szoboszlai going into the right attacking midfield position. I think that might be the case. Bradley on the right hand side, 1v1 versus O'Reilly, gets the ball in. It might be an own goal off of Nico Gonzalez. Quite fortunate to see that one go over the bar.
Big moment in this game. Nico Gonzalez is so close to turning this into the roof of his own net. It was a desperate lunge to try and clear the ball away. Big moment as it goes for a Liverpool corner. Florian Wirtz, that man over it. Liverpool been dangerous from set pieces. Got to make the most of one of them very soon.
They have indeed. Well, they've already made the most of one of them already by scoring, and we both agreed that it was harsh that it was ruled out for offside. Corner comes in from Wirtz. It's the worst corner of the lot, really. Taken away at the near post. Gravenberch will chase the ball that's going back towards the halfway line, with Savinho chasing as well. Haaland sprinted forward to put some pressure on the goalkeeper as well. And then it is cleared upfield, headed on well as well now. Cody Gakpo 1v1 with Ruben Diaz. What can he do? He always wants it back on his right foot, which it is now. Looking for options, goes to McAllister on the edge of the area. Across to Connor Bradley, who's not out wide as he normally is. Salah is there though, 1v1 with O'Reilly. Ball from... Oh! Gakpo's got to score it. It's a great ball in from Connor Bradley.
เลี้ยวผู้ไปเอ้ยเฮียเกือบได้
What a chance that is for Cody Gakpo. We just see Salah linking up so nicely with Bradley. It's a great ball to the back post, and Gakpo left-footed. I think he's caught in two minds of what foot to really go with. Completely shins it, and it goes miles over the bar. It's a big chance to get back in this one. You feel that Liverpool, they're going to get more chances in this game. They're doing enough to create it. As Manchester City starting to look a bit risky at the back, they go long. Yeah. Liverpool, they're growing into this one now.
It was a brilliant ball in from Bradley. Just couldn't find his teammate to put it in the back of the net. But yeah, Manchester City don't look as good defensively, and as I don't want to keep banging on about it as if I'm some mystic meg, but I said if Liverpool could do much better in City's half, they'd concede far less chances, and that's what we've seen. That's an offside from Milos Kerkez. But Liverpool have more of the ball in City's half. They're keeping it better in City's half, and funnily enough, creating more chances and not conceding anywhere near as many chances.
Yeah, exactly that. And I think Arnie sort of
ยิงเรียบร้อยโอ้โหไม่ได้กักโป
struggling to find the back of the net at the moment.
โอ้โหกักโป
Don't have a goal in this
ไม่
one.
ได้เฉ
They
ย
absolutely deserve at least one, in my opinion, so far. But the look, he's clearly not on
เนี่ยโอ้โห
Liverpool's side at the moment, and just wait and see now.
ไม่ได้ได้ไงวะ
Goes long as
โอ้
we're
มัน
about
ข้าม
to
คาน
be
ไปเยอะ
over.
อยู่บอลมันแรงอะเนาะ
By Virgil van Dijk up against Haaland, not that confidently though. Although he seems to have come off Haaland for a Liverpool. It's actually a free kick. It must strange one. It wasn't obvious what for. We have just ticked across the hour mark, so Liverpool have only got half an hour to do something about this. Not a great deal of time to score a couple goals against a team like Manchester City. As mentioned, they've only conceded 8 in the league so far this season, while now scoring 22, which is, I think, possibly the best goal difference in the league. I know Arsenal have only conceded 5, but I don't think they're
อา
scoring
กาศ12 องศาแล้วฝนยังตกอยู่โอ้โหหนาวชิบหายเลย
Confirm that by taking a look at the league
คุณ
table.
ซื้อ
Yes,
หัวร้อน
best goal difference in the league behind the leaders Arsenal on 15, 20 scored and 5 conceded, the Gunners. As it stands, Man City 22 and 8. Them and Arsenal and Crystal Palace have conceded 6 bigger goals. So it's clearly going to be tricky for Liverpool to score, and like I say, they're going to have to score 2.
Yeah, they certainly
เป๊ปใส่เสื้อกันฝนแล้ว
a quick goal could be massive for them. They've come close in the sense that it feels like they're getting into the attacking areas a lot better in this half. They're just not converting it for the time being. That's better pressing though from Salah, and here come Liverpool.
Ball forward, he's tried to squeeze it through for Salah as well, and I think Salah's definitely playing as the striker. Donnarumma can't stop it from going out. But thankfully for him, it was an offside call indeed. Ruben Diaz is asking for it, he wants to take it. Is that the right ball from Verts? Is he not better off just feeding
ครับ1 ชั่วโมงแรก
He's then got 2 men to aim for in the box,
สู้
Gakpo and
ๆ
Salah. Don't know. I mean, it's not his fault Salah's offside, but I'm not sure that's the right pass from Verts. Maybe decision making just letting him down slightly. Liverpool have won the ball back though. Gakpo forward to Kirk's on the left, who wants to cross in quickly. It's a brilliant block from Bernardo Silva, but I just don't think Kirk should have crossed it that early. Gakpo with a good interception, preventing Nunes from getting on the ball. Won it back of City. Gonzalez looking to spread it over to O'Reilly, who's got plenty of space in front of him, with Conor Bradley coming across. Doku's come to support as well. He's 1v1 with Kanate. He'll fancy himself on beating him, and he has, and what a goal from Jeremy Doku! He's been the best player on the pitch by far, and now he's got something to show for it.
All it needed for validation of this being one of the best individual performances of the season was a goal or an assist. He's not just gone and scored a goal, he's scored an absolute beauty. Pep Guardiola's going to be singing his praises, you feel, at full time. He has been a joke of a player in this game. Unbelievably good. Like I said, he's pointing to himself. He's pointing to himself at the Man City crowd. He's letting them know this season's his season. What a performance he's had. Nico Gonzalez with the assist. It's a great diagonal ball. All you have to do is put it into a little bit of the channel.
ไปแล้วลิเวอร์พูลไป
So it's O'Reilly with the assist.
เปิดขึ้นมาไม่มีอะไรครับ
What a finish that is. My man was never saving that one. And Doku, he deserves the goal. It's not even close. I think this is the best individual performance I've seen this season.
สวยแกสวย
He's
ไป
definitely up there. He's been
สายโล่ง
absolutely
ไปแล้ว
fantastic.
โอไลลี่
Wonderful player.
โอไลลี่เปิดไปที่ดอกู
Wonderful stuff.
ดูครับวันนี้มึง เฮ้ยเย็ดเก้โอ้โห
This season, sorry, this match now. I mean, they might have a small mountain to
โอ้
climb
โห
this season,
สุด
but
ยอด
points off the top.
ดอกปู
And well, Liverpool fans won't be happy with this. As it
วันนี้มึง
stands,
หล่อจริง
they are
วันเนี้ย
below Manchester
ปีก
United.
ทีมชาติเบลเยียมครับเพื่อน
Sorry, 4 losses out of the last 6 Premier League
โอ้
matches.
โห
They're below Manchester United on
ๆ
goals
เจเรมี่
scored
โด
on
กู
the
โอ้
exact
โห
same points.
ปีก
Exact
ทีมชาติ
same
เบ
goal
ลเยียม
difference. And they've scored one less goal than the
นี่
Red
ยังส
Devils.
วย
It's not something they'll be happy about. They're still
นี่
yet to
เล่น
get
โคตรดีเพื่อนมั่นใจจัด
this season. And I mean, if they'd have just turned 2 or 3 of those losses, I'm sure only a couple of those losses were by 1 goal. I mean, Brentford was, Man United was, Chelsea was, and Palace as well in the league. If they'd have just turned 1 or 2 of those into a draw, they could see themselves 4th.
Yeah, they really could.
นี่ครับเป็นโอเลลี่เปิดเข้ามาแล้วเนี่ยครับ ประกบ
64 minutes
โอ้โห
before, they could have
เย็ด
been
เท่
slowing to this one now for the fact it's 3-0.
ยิงสวยจริง
Go for it that much. I mean, they have to. It would be one of the great Premier League comebacks.
นี่ครับรับบอลตรงหน้ากรอบเขตโทษนะทำพื้นที่ฮาล์ฟสเปซอ่ะเนี่ยแล้วหักด้วยขวาแล้วก็ยิงด้วยขวา
Liverpool, I just mentioned that they look better, and they still do look like the better side in this second half. I wouldn't say they've deserved a goal though. They've just not had a. I don't think they've had a shot on target this half. Nico Gonzalez has been the closest to scoring. Would you put that down to good defence from Manchester City? I wouldn't. I just think they're much better in Manchester City's half, much better in the final third. But it's then that final pass and that final shot. Cody Hakpo should have scored actually, shouldn't he? Not long after coming on, but not ideal for Liverpool at the moment.
It certainly isn't, as we're just seeing.
เผื่อไม่จบเผื่อมีลูก4
In a possession, go across to the right hand side. It's getting very slow. I mean, Liverpool they had a bright start to this one, didn't they? In the second half, they've not been able to capitalise on it.
Not as of yet, Liverpool. I would still be surprised if they don't go and score if they can keep this up, but it's just not going to be enough. It's game over now. Really, Manchester City aren't conceding 3 goals at home in a season where I don't think they will have conceded 3 goals at home. Full stop. We'll confirm that for you now. They've conceded 4 all
ไป
season
ครับ
at
แม็ก
home,
ลิส
so
เตอร์
4 at
ไม่
home,
ฟา
4
ว
away. They might have actually racked up. Yeah, they've racked up as many points away as they have at home. They've arguably been better away from home than they have at home. Thanks to
เอาเว้ยลิเวอร์พูลเอาหน่อยเว้ย โมซาร่าห์เอาแล้ว เวียด
Yeah, they've been absolutely
Weird,
fantastic.
okay.
City today. They've defended
เวียด
well enough in this
Weird.
second half not to
Oh,
concede, and
oh,
it looks
เป็นไง
like
ล่ะ
that'll be enough to win them 3 points.
Yeah, certainly
good
does.
God.
For the time being, of course, a long time left, but at
เวียด
3-0,
นี่ยังปรับตัวเข้าภารกิจไม่ได้เลยเพื่อน
for Liverpool,
เจอเข้าหนักเข้าอะไรนี่เล่นไม่ออกเลย
really
เพื่อน
been showing too much since their substitutions. Yes, Gakpo
เพย์เมเกอร์ทีมชาติเยอรมันเล่นไม่ออกเลยค่าตัวเป็นหลายพันล้าน เล่นซะ
made the most of it. The big moment in this game is
เล่นเหมือนค่าตัว10 ล้านปอนด์เลย
Yeah, I think that was pretty harsh. Would have
ค่า
been
ตัว
a
100 กว่าล้าน
different game had they equalised. I mean, you look at the benches as well. I'll be extremely surprised if we don't see Alexander Isak come on for either Wirtz and or Szoboszlai and Hakpo. Stick to the left wing position. I mean, they're almost not. They're on the ball now in City's half. They haven't actually got someone in the striker position.
ไปครับ
McAllister's
ก็ยังให้เวลาเขาผมว่าเขาเก่งอยู่แล้ว
Wirtz
เวียด
is
อะ
dropping in between. They don't have a striker. Is Szoboszlai playing there? I don't think anyone wants to play there at the moment. Again, I'd say Cody Hakpo would be the best option as a striker, but he's definitely playing on the left. It's a bit weird.
แม็กอาริสเตอร์แอบาล่าปะ
I think they need to get Isak on for probably Wirtz as soon as possible. Wirtz or Szoboszlai. The bad news for Liverpool in regards to the benches is that City could bring on Marmoush for more attacking threat, even Oscar Bob
ให้
as
เวลา
well,
เขาหน่อย
and they could bring on defensive reinforcements in Stones, Ake, Lewis, Reinders, or Norin. There's just no way where Liverpool get back into this game for me. They might get a goal, they might even nick a second, but I don't think it'll ever be uncomfortable for City.
No, probably not. As Bradley goes down, doesn't get the decision of the referee either. As Doku just tries to take it round Florian Wirtz, and it goes out for a Liverpool throw.
If you told me of all people would stop Doku from dribbling past them, the last person I'd have guessed would have been Florian Wirtz. But ironically, he might be the only person with a 100% defensive dual success rate against the Belgian winger. I think he's probably beaten almost all the Liverpool players. Certainly all the defensive ones so far today. He's been absolutely unbelievable. It's the Belgian winger. And with that, we have just got 22 minutes left of regular time in this second half. Plus whatever the time might be. So to see us through to full time will be Kieran.
Yeah, thank Thank you very much. As you now see Salah.
เฮ้ย
Another quiet game
โอ้
for
ไม่
him.
ฟาว
He
อีก
finds
ดูดิครับแบตลี่
certainly feels like it could be a slow 20 minutes remaining. Salah cuts onto his right. He's still getting good defending though by O'Reilly. It's a physical mismatch between those two. The clearance is only as far as Sabozlai. Bradley looks to stab it in for Gravenberch. He tries to get on the end of it, but Foden gets there.
อันเนอร์สล็อตเครียดแล้ว
Dribbling, plays it across the face. That's a terrible ball from Foden. I don't know what he's thinking. Now here's Gakpo. Plays it across to McAllister. Takes a couple of touches over to the right hand side. Gravenberch. Sabozlai. He looks for a dink
โม
ball.
ไป 3-0 ที่อันเนอร์สล็อตเครียดเลยอุตส่าห์ชนะมาดริดมามีกำลังใจอะ
On the counter attack, it's Doku on the breakaway up against Sabozlai, who shrugs him to the ground. A free kick's being given, and Sabozlai is absolutely raging.
Yeah, I'm not surprised the way he's been brought down. I mean, well, the way he's brought his man down, that he's unhappy about it. Didn't look completely obvious, but I mean, how many fouls must Doku win?
โมซาร่าจีเข้าไปโอ้โหดูเด่นเลยซาร่าว่าปีนี้ปีสุดท้ายแน่เลยดูหมดแล้วอะ
You'd have said that Grealish would have been replaced by another left winger who wins more fouls, but Doku just might be that man.
Certainly is. As now see Savinha into Nunes, back
อ้าว
to the Brazilian.
ผ่าแล้วไงโฟเดน
Penalty. They could run riot at this point. Manchester City. Savinha ball across is well blocked.
McAllister กาวเป็นแบด เปิด
Manchester City. Knocking on the door for
มาแล้วเพื่อนๆมาแล้วตัวจี๊ดไปแล้วดอกกูไปแล้วโอ้โหผักเลยอ่ะจานฟ้าเปล่า
Second half like this, it's very easy to just sit on a lead, but they're not doing so. They're certainly going for it. You now see Savinha. That ball's gone and trickled out of play. I think the throw-in's gone the way of Man City, which Savinha thought it had gone to Liverpool, so he started to have a go at the linesman. The linesman then makes the point to him. Well, I've given the decision to you, so chill out. No, he hasn't. An offside flag has gone up in the end. So a Man City player went over to take the throw initially. Then they realised he
ดูทรงน่าจะยากแล้วแหละ
offside. So Mamadashvili will go along. 20 minutes remaining in this one. And it's still 3-0 to Manchester City. Mamadashvili kicks it long up towards Gakpo. He jumps up. Headers well won by Nunes. Knocks it across. Kirkers battling. Van Dijk wins his header ahead of Haaland. McAllister's trying to jump up. Haaland's there. He does so well to find Foden, but his forward pass is a poor one. Bradley heads it around his man, Sabozlai, towards the right-hand side. Here's Salah. Can they get one back to try and force a nervy ending? Salah's ball into the middle's a poor one. It's blocked away nicely by O'Reilly. And out for a throw-in that goes the way of Liverpool. This one to be taken. Bradley goes all the way back to Gravenberch. Takes a few touches. Finds Kanate. Van Dijk again. No real pressure. It's got quite slow. Has this game. It's going to see Gravenberch in towards Florian Wirtz once again. Bradley leaves it for Sabozlai. He touched it over O'Reilly. Nice play from him. There's no one in the area to aim for. Nunes touched it round for a corner. The movement is so poor from the Liverpool forwards.
Yeah, indeed. I mean, like I said,
ไปแล้วซาร่าไปซาร่าจีเข้าไปซาร่า
And it's been like this since they were 2-0 down as well. I don't know why Alexander Isak's not come on the pitch, or someone's been instructed even to play striker. You could have Sabozlai on the right with Salah up front, or you could have Wirtz on the left, Sabozlai in the middle with Gakpo up front. And if they had a striker on the pitch in Isak or Ekitike, I'm adamant one of them would have scored. Gakpo should have scored anyway. And yeah, it's unbelievable what Liverpool are doing here tactically, and that can only be blamed at Arne Slot.
See Gakpo over the corner, ready to whip this one in towards the near post. The header's won by Gonzalez. Sabozlai hooks it back in towards the area. Nunes lets it bounce. Gakpo in the end finds a header, but it's going to be an offside in the end. And Donnarumma celebrates with Ruben Diaz because they know they've got to just maybe withstand what's going on here. Mamouche is getting ready to come on. Be interesting to see who he comes on for. It's going to be Jeremy Doku, and I think finally Conor Bradley can actually breathe in this one, and he's probably getting the biggest applause of the day.
Absolutely, he deserves it. He'll be man of the match unless someone comes up with something spectacular. Maybe a little harsh for him to come off in the 73rd minute. I think he deserves his own standing ovation, but you might have left it till maybe 10 minutes to go or so. But I think Pep Guardiola is probably looking to rest him. I'm not sure if they're playing midweek. Is there another Carabao Cup round perhaps? But yeah, he certainly deserves. I think he might be joking with him now, saying why have you brought me off so early, but I think he understands that he wanted his own standing ovation and, like I say, a rest for the next match.
Yeah, of course, he'll be going straight into Belgian international duty.
Of course.
Will Jeremy Dock. It's a good opportunity, though, really, for Marmoush to regain a little bit of fitness as well. There's been a change for Liverpool. Curtis Jones from McAllister seems very like for like. I'm not sure that's going to change too much. 3-0 down, but we now see Szoboszlai. He steps in on Marmoush. He's done really well. He's got Salah to the right. He doesn't use him. Goes to the left. It's the wrong pass from Szoboszlai. That's terrible. And now Nunes, he's driving forward. He plays it in behind for Haaland. Here's a chance for Man City. Haaland shrugs off the defender. He's still going. He's got acres of space. Finds Marmoush. He's still going up. He's goes for goal. Big block in there from Connor Bradley. Curtis Jones turns away with it, but that was terrible from Szoboszlai.
Yeah, it wasn't great at all, was it? Maybe just tired legs would be his excuse there. Yeah, I don't think it's a good enough excuse. And now Salah's coming forward. Brilliant tackle from Nico O'Reilly.
Yeah, good defending from O'Reilly. Just seems too wide. Salah's not getting anywhere near goal-scoring positions at the moment. Verts into Szoboszlai. He's got Salah to the right. Doesn't use him again. Goes out for a corner. Just seems like he's being wasted on the pitch at the moment in terms of he's not being told to actually get in and around the penalty area, and you think he's probably the best finisher on the pitch. Just behind Erling Haaland, but he's going out to take this corner. Is Mo Salah. Well, last time he took one, he created a goal, but let's see if he can do so once again. 75 minutes on the clock. Manchester City 3, Liverpool 0. Salah with an in-swinging delivery towards the back post. Vardiol heads it up. It's still in play. Verts wins it. Curtis Jones under pressure from Savinho. He's pulled his shirt. I don't think the free kick's going to go the way of Man City. It isn't. Savinho's not too happy with the referee. So the ball's still with Liverpool. As you now just see Szoboszlai goes across to Connor Bradley with the left-hand side of Curtis Jones. And now it's going to be Florian Wirtz. Great run from Kirkis. He's onside as well. He's got Van Dijk and Gakpo to aim for towards the back post. There's Van Dijk. He can't direct his header goalward. Salah looks for the layoff. Szoboszlai opens it. Goes for goal. Big save from Donnarumma. Massive save from the Italian. Liverpool knocking on the door.
Yeah, indeed. And that was a good shot from Szoboszlai. You'd always expect Donnarumma to save it. But I mean, it's a shot on target they've had. And it's probably only, what, their second of the game, if that. And they've not had many in this half either.
And certainly haven't, as we now just see Szoboszlai in the penalty area, lurking around the edge, ready for this corner to be whipped in, right on the goalkeeper. The header's won by Haaland. Bradley heads it back in. It falls almost to Salah. Donnarumma gets there. Salah turns, goes for goal. It's well blocked again. He looked offside, did Salah, and the offside flag has gone up in the end. Well, Manchester City
มาแล้วเปิดเข้าไปมงโอ้โหไม่ได้
Yeah, they are.
แล้วโมซาร่าซอโบสไลยิงตีเซฟอีกโอ้โห
Just offside. Least offside of 3.
เอาดาราลูมากูได้เซฟบ้างแล้วเว้ยโอ้โหเพื่อนยังโหดนี่ครับกดด้วยขวาเต็มข้อเลยอ่ะโหแต่ยากผ่านดาราลูมารูปแบบเนี้ยผ่านยาก
Next for Manchester City is a trip to Newcastle. Never an easy fixture at St James's Park these days. As you now see Curtis Jones, he dinks it over the top. Gakpo looks offside. Clear as day offside, but the flag stays down as usual. Beats his man, looks for a dinked ball into the area. Goes up for a corner, and the offside flag didn't go up in the end. So another corner for Liverpool. Gakpo goes out to take it. Is he going to go for a potential short one? No, he's not. Foden goes out to block that. Corner ready to be whipped in. Kanate and Van Dijk the main target. 77.5 minutes on the clock. Corner ready to be taken. Whipped in. It's just a bit of a half-hearted cross. Easily dealt with. Bradley wins it, puts it back in. Van Dijk just throws a lazy leg at it. Should have probably gone for goal there, but in the end it falls into the goalkeeper's hands.
Yeah, indeed. Not again, just a bit timid from Van Dijk, and it almost looks like the same way he helped Nico Gonzalez score with a poorly or low effort leg poking towards it. Really sure like he wanted Liverpool to continue their attack.
Now see Ramadas really drops the ball to the floor to find Curtis Jones. Turns away from Haaland. Cross for Kanate. It's going to go down the line once again. Salah finds Bradley. Kanate again. Bradley once more. 78 minutes on the clock. It definitely feels too late now for Liverpool if they are to create any chances. Only 6 shots in this game for Liverpool, which is so poor for their standards. So they've been trailing for a long time as well. Ball in behind. Salah's in on goal. He's got a great opportunity. Dinks it over the goalkeeper and he's put it wide. What an opportunity that is for Mo Salah to get on the score sheet and pull one back. Yes, it may have been a consolation goal, but Mo Salah's missed a great chance.
เอายิง
The reason I exclaimed is because I thought Hakpo was going to put it
ฟัน
in
ได้
for
จับ
him.
บอลยาวอีกอะไรอ่ะ
Yeah, it's just a weird one.
โอ้โห
So
ฟันได้
Manchester City have to defend. Salah dinking it over and
เสีย
yeah,
หายเลย
never
ฟันได้
gonna get
กู
there really, but I wondered if he might have reached it. And that's Salah's best chance of the game and one of Liverpool's best chances of the game as well.
What a chance that is for Mo Salah when it's not your day, it's not your day. And on another day, she probably should have had an assist for the corner, should have had a goal there as well. But unfortunately for him, it's just not going for the Egyptian at the moment. What a chance that is to maybe cause a late nervy ending. And he was miles on side as well, so it wouldn't have been ruled out. Curtis Jones on the attack. Cody Gakpo, he's got Kirkes around him, uses Kirkes. He looks for an early ball in, takes a deflection. Donnarumma does well to keep the ball in play. Great goalkeeping from him. He's carrying it out. But yeah, really, really poor in the end as we now seeing that back and how close it is. And Donnarumma
ยิงซาร่าโอ้โห
Yeah, he does really well at the end. Stopping
ซาร่าอะไรวะ
smart and quick. Almost rolls the ball over his own body as he would have pushed it out of play otherwise.
As we now see Bernardo Silva in towards Nunes. Savinho driving forward, balling behind for Marmoush. Probably the quietest game I've seen in a long time for Erling Haaland. Despite him having a goal, he's not been involved at all.
Yeah, missed the penalty, which of course counts as involvement. But at the end of the day, that's just one touch off of a set piece, if you like, in many ways. But no, he's not been on the ball. I mean, he averages something silly like what 22, 23 touches a match yet as a goal a game. So he doesn't have to be involved, as he's proven with his headed goal.
Yeah, Szoboszlai now on the attack. He's got Salah for company. Uses the Egyptian. He's offside in the end. And that is so lazy.
Yeah, I hate to say it's relatively characteristic though, is Salah's laziness. He's known for it, really, which might seem harsh, but he does sometimes stray offside where he just doesn't need to, because he wants to be as high up the pitch as possible. He might be better off just staying a yard back and trying to get on the ball deeper.
What's that, Joe Gomez? He's going to be brought on. That's an interesting one for Liverpool. Just to see this one out, just seeing some pictures of the Liverpool fans in attendance looking pretty miserable in this one. As we now see
มาอีกแล้ว
81.5 minutes on the clock. I mean, it's absolutely game over, you feel, at this point now. Not a lot going on. As we see Manchester City on the attack. What a ball that is from Foden into O'Reilly. Goes for goal, puts it over the bar. And that's a great chance for him. He's hurt himself as well. I think he's got a bit of cramp. What a chance that is.
Yeah, Riley should be doing better. He's not known for his goal scoring, but he's certainly a competent enough player to be able to put that one in at least on target.
ไปไป
Really
โอ้
might
โห
have struggled with the
ก็ดู
power.
ดิ
He have kept it a bit low, although he was
ล้ำหน้าอีกซาร่าโอ้โหซาร่าเซ็ง
But he seems pretty knackered. He's done a lot of running, in fairness, just to keep in
ซาร่ากูเซ็งแล้ว
line with Salah. And I mean, I don't know what Alexander Isak used to do to get on the pitch here, to be honest.
Yeah, Florian Wirtz is going to make way for Chiesa, and then Bradley's going to make way for Joe Gomez. I guess just to keep Bradley fit for the next one as well. And we're going to see those changes being readied. On the ascendancy now. O'Reilly's still got a bit of a problem.
ซิตี้เล่นโคตรดีอ่ะ
At this
จริง
point is the ball goes out
ซิ
for
ตี้
a
เล่น
throw
ดี
because
จริง
of the way of Liverpool. But the cameras linger on the
Oh, fine.
young fullback, which he'll be slightly worried, of course, with the England call-up. He'll be hoping he's not injured.
เฮ้ยโอ้โหหลุดแล้วเอาไลลี่ยิงโอ้ยยิงออกเอง
Next.
อะไรวะ
Yeah, as you now see Chiesa.
โอ้ไลลี่กูยิงดีตะคริวกินเลย
Again, but he's gonna get there.
โอ้โหไลลี่ยังสวยอ่ะโอเดนจ่ายอ่ะเนี่ยเพื่อน
Flag goes
แล้วจับก่อนแล้วยิงโอ้โหยิงออกไปไหนวะเนี่ยเสียได้จัดโอ้โหครับเปลี่ยนตัวแล้วเซียต้าโกเมสเวทอ่อยแล้ว
Manchester City, 84 minutes on the clock in this one. It's still 3-0 to Manchester City. It's absolutely game over, isn't it? In this, as Haaland has now fouled Konate. Clear as day foul as he just shrugs straight through the back of him. I'm not sure he can have too many complaints about that one. Guardiola, thumbs up to some of his side. It's just waiting this free kick to be taken.
อีตรงอีซักก็มีไม่เอาลงยืนหน้าคู่เลยอีซักคู่อินติเก้ ล้ำหน้าอีกแล้วมั้งเนี่ยล้ำหน้าซาร่าล้ำหน้าอีกแล้ว
Central area of the pitch. Gravenberch comes away from Bernardo Silva. Van Dijk into Kerkez again. He's going to come forward. The substitutions, I think it's fair to say, haven't worked for Liverpool today.
Not one bit, but I don't think they've been good at all. I mean, like I say, Hakpo came on and he's looked better and he's helped attacks, but he missed a sitter. And then also with that substitution, there was no obvious striker. He's then brought Chiesa on to go striker, which is just a bit strange. Jones from McAllister's just been fairly like for like. Jones hasn't lit the game up. Kirker hasn't done anything that Robertson wasn't doing anyway either. And again, defensive change, Gomez for Bradley. Not what you need to do when you're chasing the game. And Chiesa's come on and looks like he's playing up front.
ถึงฮาแลนด์มันยิงไปกี่ประตูแล้วเนี่ยเพื่อน
Probably not, as you now see.
ฮาแลนด์ยิงไป13ลูกแล้วอ่ะเงินอย่างโหดแข่ง11นัดมันยิง13ลูกแอสซิสต์1ลูกโคตรโหดอ่ะเพื่อน
Stop start at the moment as you just see Mamus get back to his feet. It's good to see him back from his
กิลิตไปอยู่เอเวอร์ตันนี่ก็แอสซิสต์กระจายเหมือนกันนะเนี่ยกิลิตแน่นอนว่ะ
Erling Haaland, Dominic Szoboszlai with a terrible pass in a real good opportunity to come forward. Now he's battling to win the ball back, but O'Reilly, great physicality, plays it in behind for Marmoush, looks offside, flag stays down for now. He's into the penalty area, still going, finds the cutback for O'Reilly. He's driving forward, goes for goal, gets his shot so wrong again and puts it miles wide. No, had his shooting boots on today.
No, not particularly. Bless him, O'Reilly. Like I say, it's not what he's known for. Probably what he practices least in training. Fullbacks are always the least likely goal scorers, really. Maybe not with their feet if you include centre halves, but yeah, just not been his day going forward. But he's had a really good game overall.
Yeah, definitely has. As we now see Salah being held by O'Reilly, who's still holding him. Salah's making that point to the referee. As the ball is being switched out towards Cody Gakpo. He plays a nice ball into Kerkez. Terrible touch from him, and he's going to let it run in behind and out towards Van Dijk. Some frustrations there for Milos Kerkez. You see the ball on the left with Gakpo again. He looks to get the better of Nunes. Turns away. Gakpo still going. Good defending from Savinho, but it's still with the Dutchman. And now it's with Jones. Kerkez, 87 minutes on the clock now. Van Dijk, Konate goes across to the right-hand side for Salah. He cuts inside, puts it towards the back post. It's well cleared away, but it's far.
โอ้โหมึงยิงไปไหนอีกแล้วอ่ะ
Keep it in play, but Konate gets there. He's battered with him. That's going to be a free kick that goes the way of Liverpool. Man City just giving away a lot of okay free kicks, ones that you're not going to get points for, just simply to slow this game down, stop any form of momentum, and try and make sure that they can keep this clean sheet.
Yeah, I think Marmoush is trying to further frustrate Konate there, really, who's not been brilliant today. I think Marmoush, like I say, just trying to not make it easy for him. And yeah, I'm absolutely baffled that Alexander Isak's not been introduced into this game.
Yeah, of course, he's got some real fitness problems. I guess that move's not working as of the moment.
ลิเวอร์พูลขาดเกินไปหมด
How he acted in the surroundings, some of the stuff was absolutely ridiculous from him. So the love that he received from that Newcastle fan base. But he obviously felt he did what was necessary to make the move. And I guess Newcastle are having a very poor season as well, so he's not missing out on much from the Geordies, but he's also not taking part much for the Scousers, as we see Kanate goes towards the left-hand side. Jones looks for Gakpo, terrible pass, it ricochets back to Curtis Jones, who just let Savinho walk past him. There'll be a yellow card for the Liverpool midfielder, so poor from him.
Yeah, not great at all. I mean, they've given up, haven't they? I think Jones just thought he couldn't be bothered defending properly. He didn't really want his team to have to face, or his defence to have to face anything else. Just pulls him back, and I mean, it's very slight in fairness. I think he's trying to foul him more than he does almost.
Yeah, exactly. I think it was quite clear what his intentions were in that challenge. As just seeing it back once again, Bernardo Silva finds Gonzalez in towards the feet of Nunes. It's back in behind. He then fouls Kirk has another one of those just little fouls that's just going to take about 20 seconds off the clock in this one. Arnie Slot just stares at the ground. He knows that there's the real problem. Colatori part of the backroom staff as well for Manchester City. So the coaches for Pep Guardiola, Pep Linders and Torres, certainly got their Liverpool links, but it's them who are having the last laugh after today for Manchester City. Gomez in towards Szoboszlai, who just completely backs out of that challenge with O'Reilly. The ball goes out of play for a throw-in. Gomez.
เฮ้ยเหลืองเปล่า
Much of the Italian forward since he's come on in this one. Mamadas really with the ball down the line. Diaz chests it down. Only 3 minutes of added time, so not too long left in this one. It's looking like a pretty empty away end for Liverpool at the moment, which is understandable. Vardiol goes in towards Erling Haaland. Some rare touches for the Norwegian who's driving forwards. Marmoush made a great run. He's picked out Marmoush as well with a decent opportunity. Just a little bit ahead of him though. The ball just skipping on the surface. I think
วันนี้ลิเวอร์พูลกูเรียบร้อยอีกแล้ว
Marmoush should probably find himself one-on-one with a great opportunity, but Man City has expected just slowing it down now.
Yeah, indeed. No surprise there really. And it's I think the referee might have been a little kind to Liverpool by only giving 3 minutes of added time, and there's a bit of handbags now as Phil Foden going down under a tough challenge.
Yeah, Man City players not necessarily too happy about a challenge from Dominic Szoboszlai, just leaned into the face of Phil Foden to clatter him to the floor. One of those challenges that it's just out of pure frustration from Szoboszlai, rightly so, yellow card.
Yeah, definitely. Silly really from the Hungarian midfielder at this stage of the game. It's not really going to make a difference, and I'm sure Phil Foden will have made the most of it, but why wouldn't you when you can just frustrate Liverpool further?
Yeah, exactly that, as we just see now. These free kick ready to be taken by Bernardo Silva. The City fans on top of the world, loving life at the moment as they pile on the pressure on Arsenal after what was, you can only describe as an off-season really last season for Guardiola's side, but they're looking to claim what was rightfully theirs for so long. The Premier League title, looking to get it back. Foden cuts inside, drags a shot way wide in the end, goes out for a goal kick. Only 60 seconds remaining. Well, I'm about to ask you the toughest question of the day, Kieran, but who's your man of the match? I think it's quite clear.
Honestly, second place from the match should be Conor Bradley for doing so well with Jeremy Doku, but it just has to be Jeremy Doku. I mean, there was a silly foul in the end from Bradley on Doku, but yeah, I mean, first in terms of joint first in terms of goals, joint first shots, joint first in terms of take-ons completed, and I'm sure there was many other statistics that he was top of the table for in terms of individual brilliance. Like you said, it might be the best 72 minutes we see any footballer play in the Premier League this season.
Yeah, you now see Gakpo up against Savinho, finds Kerkez, back to the Dutchman, turns away, Haaland gives a little pull on the shirt, Gakpo's still going, it's Kerkez, goes across towards Van Dijk, he's going to look for a dinked ball towards the right-hand side. O'Reilly does really well, he just jumps, he blocks the view of Szoboszlai, really clever actually from the English fullback. We're only 10 seconds away from the full-time whistle. Well, it's job well done. It could have been a tricky affair for Manchester City after Haaland missed a penalty in the 13th minute, but then he made up for it in the 29th with a nice header into the far corner. Nico Gonzalez with a deflected strike made it 2-0, and Jeremy Doku with the pick of the bunch to make it 3-0. And the full-time whistle has gone. It finishes Manchester City 3, Liverpool 0.
Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck. Our next football commentary match is getting ever nearer, so why not take the opportunity of having a bet on the match? Whether you're interested in betting on the match result, the first player to score, the last scorer, correct score, double result, total goals market, handicap betting, or any other of our exciting market, it's fun to be involved. Don't forget, when the match kicks off, you can sit back and enjoy superb independent studio commentary while also enjoying our in-play betting opportunities. Good luck.
ก็ได้ประตูแรกนะครับจากฮาแลนด์นะครับนาที29แล้วก็กอนซาเลสนะครับที่45+3แล้วก็ดูกูนะครับนาทีที่63นะครับทำให้จบเกมนะครับซิตี้ชนะไป3-0นะครับทำให้ตอนนี้เดี๋ยวดูนะครับตอนนี้นะครับลิเวอร์พูลจะตกไปอยู่ที่8นะครับแข่ง11นัดชนะ6เสมอ0แล้วก็แพ้5นะครับยิง17เสีย17+1นะแล้วก็ซิตี้นะครับจะขึ้นไปอยู่ที่2นะ11แต้มแข่ง11นัดมี22แต้มนะครับชนะ7เสมอ1แล้วก็แพ้3นะยิง23เสีย8นะครับบวก15นะครับก็ทำให้ลิเวอร์พูลจะตกไปอยู่อันดับต่ำกว่าแมนยูนะครับเพราะแมนยูประตูลิเวอร์พูลกับแมนยูนี่บวก1เหมือนกันแต่ลิเวอร์พูลยิงน้อยกว่าแมนยูนะครับ1ลูกก็เลยทำให้เบรกสัปดาห์นี้เบรกทีมชาติสัปดาห์2สัปดาห์นี้ก็ทำให้แมนยูจะนำลิเวอร์พูลอยู่2สัปดาห์นะเพื่อนแฟนแมนยูนิดนึงก็เอาหมดแหละก็นะสรุปตารางคะแนนทั้ง20อันดับนะครับนะก่อนเบรกทีมชาตินะพักกัน2สัปดาห์นะครับที่1นะครับอาร์เซนอลนะชนะ8เสมอ2แล้วก็แพ้1นะครับมี26คะแนนนะครับประตูได้เสียบวก15ก็ที่2นะครับที่พูดไปเมื่อกี้นะครับมี22คะแนนชนะ7เสมอ1แล้วก็แพ้3มีประตูได้เสียบวก15เหมือนกันที่3นะครับเป็นเชลซีนะแข่ง11นัดนะครับชนะไป6เสมอไป2แล้วก็แพ้ไป3นะประตูได้เสียบวก10มี20แต้มแล้วก็ที่4นะครับซันเดอร์แลนด์นะครับชนะ5เสมอ4แพ้2นะครับประตูได้เสียบวก4มี19คะแนนนะที่5นะครับสเปอร์นะครับชนะ5เสมอ3แพ้3นะประตูได้เสียบวก9มี18คะแนนที่6นะครับแอสตันวิลล่านะครับชนะ5เสมอ3แล้วก็แพ้3ประตูได้เสียบวก3มี18คะแนนนะที่7นะครับแมนยูนะครับชนะ5เสมอ3แพ้3ประตูได้เสียบวก1นะครับมี18คะแนนแล้วก็ที่8นะครับลิเวอร์พูลชนะ6แพ้5นะครับประตูได้เสียบวก1มี18คะแนนที่9นะครับบอลมัดนะครับแข่ง11นัดชนะ5เสมอ3แพ้3นะประตูได้เสีย-1นะครับมี18คะแนนที่10คริสตัลพาเลซนะชนะ4เสมอ5แพ้2นะประตูได้เสียบวก5มี17คะแนนที่11นะครับไบรตันนะครับชนะ4เสมอ4แพ้3มี16คะแนนนะแล้วก็เบรนท์ฟอร์ดอันดับ12นะครับชนะ5เสมอ1แล้วก็แพ้5นะประตูได้เสียบวก0นะครับมี16คะแนนที่13เอเวอร์ตันชนะ4เสมอ3แพ้4นะครับประตูได้เสีย-1มี15คะแนนที่14นิวคาสเซิลนะครับชนะ3เสมอ3แล้วก็แพ้5มี12คะแนนนะครับแล้วก็15อันดับ15นะฟูลแลมนะครับชนะ3เสมอ2แล้วก็แพ้6นะมี11คะแนนที่16ลีดยูไนเต็ดชนะ3เสมอ2แพ้6มี11คะแนนเหมือนกันที่17เบอร์ลี่นะครับชนะ3เสมอ1แพ้7มี10คะแนนที่18นะครับชนะ3เสมอ1แพ้7นะครับมี10คะแนนเหมือนกันแล้วก็อันดับ19นอตติงแฮมฟอเรสต์นะครับชนะ2เสมอ3แพ้6นะครับมี9คะแนนแล้วก็ที่20นะครับวูฟยังไม่ชนะใครเลยเสมอ2แพ้ไปถึง9แล้วก็มีอยู่2คะแนนนะครับวูฟเนี่ยอาการหนักนะผมย่องกันให้น่าจะตกชั้นนะเนี่ยดูทรงน่าจะตกชั้นเนาะนะครับ เนี่ยก็ประมาณนี้นะครับสรุปตารางคะแนนก่อนพักเบรกทีมชาตินะครับก็ประมาณนี้ก็ฝากด้วยนะครับเพื่อนๆใครเข้ามาแล้วฝากกดไลค์กดแชร์ฝากกดติดตามวันนี้ไปก่อนลาไปก่อนสวัสดีครับบ๊ายบาย
Don't forget
Tell me what you want. 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 What you want. What you want.